Hello, my friend. You're panicking for no good reason, just because you've had a personality test that brought you out as not as good as some other people for a particular job doesn't mean that your character is bad or wrong. It just means that you don't fit a particular norm. So let me take you through this. So you were given tests that then gave you a reading according to the big 5 personality traits. So let's go over those. So there are 5. It's often thought about as ocean because there's an O, a C, an E, an A, and an N. So the O of ocean refers to openness to experience. Now, if you were told that you're not open enough to experience, that may have been true at that particular time, but it may not be true of you in life all of the time. So it's better to think about it as a range. So openness to experience takes the range from being very inventive and very curious on the one hand to being consistent and cautious on the other hand. Now you can see how you could make either of those things look bad. If you're always cautious and super careful, you may become quite paralyzed. If you're always inventive and curious, you may be quite hurt. So actually, your best way of being is to be capable of being both curious and inventive and also consistent and cautious. It's not an either or. And where you are being told you are based on that continuum is only a snapshot in time. It's much more productive and creative for you to take that idea and to start asking yourself how you might be more curious and more creative and inventive, and how also you might be more consistent and sometimes more cautious. So it's just a learning tool. It helps you find your way around the world and realize what you're good at and what you're not so good at, perhaps. But all of us are capable of all of that. You cannot be pinned down as being this, that, or the other. They're ways of being. They're existential choices here, my friend. So that was the O of ocean. Now the C, which stands for conscientiousness. Now that range of conscientiousness goes between somebody who is very efficient and extremely organized to somebody who is extravagant and careless. So there's huge value judgments here, which is unfortunate because actually that whole range is available to all of us and is also very important. So yes, you can learn to be more organized to things and be more efficient in your life, but it can also be very good to throw caution to the wind sometimes and become a little careless, a little more relaxed about things. So if you're always, too organized, there is no room for the new. If you're always extravagant, then it makes it impossible for you to fit in with a system or to stay in control of things. So think about experimenting with the extremes of that and be flexible with that in the middle. Same for the E in ocean, which stands for extroversion. Now they've done a bit of a job on that one, my friend, because extroversion and introversion are 2 good ways of being. And if you can allow yourself to be both extroverted and engage with others and introverted, be a good friend to yourself, then you're much better off than if you're one or the other. So don't let yourself be bamboozled into thinking we should all just be extroverts and that being introverted is a bad thing. It's just not true. So the extroversion range goes from being energetic and outgoing to being solitary and reserved. Well, I found in my life that to be energetic and outgoing and gregarious only goes so far, but it's an important skill to have. Being solitary only goes so far, being reserved only goes so far, but being able to be alone and to be good company to yourself is still very important. So again, claim that range and don't let them pin you down. Then we come to the A in Ocean. That's agreeableness. Again, they've done a terrible job on this. Don't believe a word of it. Believe the range, though. So that goes from friendly and compassionate on the one hand to critical and rational on the other hand. Basically, they make it sound as if being friendly and compassionate is a bad thing. Not true. Being agreeable is a wonderful thing. We need more friendly, compassionate and kind people in the world. But yes, maybe the critical and rational people in the world do win the prizes and do get ahead in the world. That doesn't mean you have to become like that. Be capable of rationality, be capable of critical thinking, crucial. Also be capable of being friendly and being compassionate, crucial too. It's not either or, my friend. These are existential dimensions and you find your way with that. The art of living is to know how to be at any one particular time and to learn to be capable of all of that. Finally, we come to the N in Ocean, which stands for Neuroticism. Again, they've done a job on you. Forget it. Neuroticism is a stupid word anyway. It goes with the old-fashioned division between neurosis and psychosis. We've gone long past that, and neuroticism is not a useful term. But that range goes between being on the one hand sensitive and nervous, on the other hand resilient and confident. Well, my friend, one of the tasks in my life has been to continue to be as sensitive as I am and to be more and more confident with that and more resilient with it. Again, you need both. If you can't be sensitive, you're not going to help this world forward very much. You're not going to be aware very much. If you can't be resilient and confident, it's also hard to go forward. Both. You need both. Let yourself explore. Let yourself be more than you are today. And let yourself enjoy going on an adventure, seeing what is possible. And do not let them pin you down, and do not let them put you down. Claim who you are and claim all these different modes of being, and you will be fine.